Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Passive Money. I'm Kirby. That's Alex. He over there traveling through the highways and byways. So if you can't hear him, it's his fault. But today we're gonna talk about this student loan debt relief and how some states are actually charging the people that's getting student debt loan relief taxes on the relief that they're receiving. Currently, right now, it's 13 states that possibly can be doing the student loan tax, and some of the states out there are Arkansas, Hawaii, Idaho, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Mississippi, New York, Pennsylvania, South Carolina. North Carolina just announced today that they will be taxing state level taxing on student loan debt relief. Uh, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. So it's not red state against blue states. It's blue states in there also that's trying to do that. So Alex, so just starting out, what is your thoughts on the states taxing people on student loan debt relief?
So I'm wondering, are they taxing the students or are they taxing just taxpayers that are going to be paying for that student loan?
They're taxing the people that are receiving the student loan debt relief. They're taxing it as income.
Well, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It surprised me enough that they would actually offer that kind of relief to begin with, but to go back ahead and now tax those individuals back on receiving that relief, I mean, I haven't seen an instance in the government ever where they just like give free handouts. So that alone, I mean, it doesn't surprise me much at all. That's just my view on it.
They gave free handouts with the stimulus and all that stuff during COVID.
I mean,
The thing is, and my view of it is simply this: everybody else that gets relief have to pay taxes as income. So if you short
right,
sell a house, if you short sell a house $20,000 less than you owe on the house, you owe income tax on that $20,000 relief. If you negotiate a bill with the tax collector, let's say the bill is $10,000 and you only pay $1,000 on it, you get an income tax on the $9,000. So it's not much different. It's not much different from that, really. All in all, I wasn't a fan of giving student loan relief in general. I mean,
right,
I got selfish reasons why. The first reason is because I'm invested in a company that deal with student loans. But the other reason is because the people that should get student loan debt relief is, now I understand if people are having a hard time. So if you're making 50, 60K a year, you got a family of four, it's going to be very hard. But so I can understand relieving something maybe 50 if your income is $50,000 and less. But people that's making $125,000, I don't, because the bill is $125,000 and less. People that's
right,
making $125,000, $100,000, $90,000 a year, I don't feel sorry for them uh for student loan because they took out the loans for the degree that got them that six figures. Even though it's low six figures, it got them that six-figure job. So I'm not a fan of that at all, of giving them that relief in general. The other part of it is other people that's had student loan debt relief are people in the military. I was in the military. I got the GI Bill, but of course I was a retard. I was jacking off the money, so I still had to pay money for my degree, but I had to pay the money. My wife, she worked 20 years in the military, retired, and she got student loan system. But they did something to get that relief. They served in a federal capacity to get that relief, not just people because I went out and got a basket weaving degree, and that degree didn't do nothing for me, or got a psychology degree, but I don't have enough money to go get a master's in psychology so I can get a job. Those people I don't feel sorry for. I really don't
right.
feel sorry for them at all. And but the people that's in the lower income spectrum that they got the degrees and then the job market is not being proficient for them, and they still 5, 10 years after getting their degree or taking out the student loans, and they still in the lower band of income receiving and they're not getting what what they thought their degree promised them. I understand that, but the people that's making the lower six figures, I have no sympathy for them at all.
Yeah, I mean, I should have worded it better, but I meant like I've never seen the government give a handout in the sense of like you said the stimulus. So even with that, I mean, they gave money as stimulus, but then in return, we have inflation issues. Now interest rates are going higher. There's they may give a handout in some sense, but there's always a back end problem that's going to come and slap it in the face. And so, I mean, now we're saying that with that, but I completely agree with what you were saying as well. With people in the military, they've served federally and done their part that way, but yeah, for people that are making $120,000, and then not even including the people that have already paid off their student loans, I mean, they get no relief. But these people that have just taken out debt now do, or like we've spoken about, people to come that are going to be taking out student loans, they're not going to get relief because they haven't had existing loans yet. Like few people, and it's not even done justly. So
no, I agree with that. But yeah, so all in all and I believe because these people, they haven't been paying student loans for what, 2 years now since COVID. But now that their student loans have been cut by 10%, or I mean by 10,000 or 20,000, depending on if they receive Pell Grants at that time. That's, let's just say in payment terms, that's $200 to $500 a month that they won't have to pay in student loan debt. So that $200 to $500, majority of the people are not going to save that money and invest that money. They're just going to find something else to spend it on. So my question to you is, do you believe this student loan debt will cause more inflation, or the student loan relief will cause more inflation?
Yeah.
And I agree. I agree that it will cause more inflation on a binary terms. I mean, of course, they haven't been paying all this time, and I don't believe they've been saving up the money for student loans. But that's one thing that they have to look out for. But all in all, back to the genesis of the question at the beginning is these states that's considering charging them state tax on the income. So if somebody makes $50,000 this year and they was getting taxed at $50,000, if they got student loan debt relief of $10,000, now they're going to get taxed as their income is $60,000. If they had the Pell Grant relief and it's $20,000, they're going to get taxed at 70%. I mean $70,000 as income, and then they might have a tax bill at the end of the year instead of that tax return that they've always been weighing on, that they've always been counting on. So that's going to be something that they have to take into consideration, because now instead of owing student loan debt, now you owe the IRS. I mean, some people probably maneuvered it and get enough in returns that it will alleviate. They will just get less in returns. But it's going to be a lot of people that's in a whole new tax bracket that they might have to write a check to the IRS at the end of the year. With all that being said, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section below if you think that the student loan debt is not inflationary, or if you're in a state where they're not going to charge student loan relief tax to you. Congratulations to you, but we'd love to hear your comments on that. With all that being said, y'all have a good one. See you in the next video.